Hey everyone! Tell me, do you want to win more matches and stop losing millions in gear? Well, today I'll try to help you by covering how to deal with those random teammates rushing like headless chickens, and I will help you master maps and make smarter decisions that will help you improve your gameplay and level up your strategy. It's finally time to get that edge, and if you follow these tips, you will dominate every game. Let's dive in. So let's kick things off with something that might be a bit controversial. Do not trust your random teammates. Now, before you grab those pitchforks, please hear me out. I'm not saying to squad fill, join a match and just leave your teammates to die. No. That is scummy and I personally hate people who do that. If you want to play that way, just disable squad fill and play solo. Now that we've cleared that up, let me explain what I mean. Don't enter a match expecting your random teammates to outperform or underperform you. In my case, I've learned the hard way many times that I expected way too much from my random teammates. I cannot count the number of times I've had zero communication from the team, no pings, loot stealing, and overall a very bad experience. Heck, sometimes I'd be lucky to find someone who even uses their microphone. And because I'm more of those loot goblin types, I'm picking my fights carefully, I used to expect my teammates to be mindful as well. Well, your experience with randoms will vary, but most of the time, as soon as you spawn, they'll rush toward the nearest safe location, encounter an enemy team with the same idea, and they die. Meanwhile, you're still at spawn, trying to plan your path. With them down, you're left to either 1v3 or retreat and save yourself. This choice has costed me millions in lost gear. And that brings me to my next tip. Always have a plan before you enter a match. So, I'm not saying, okay, let's break out a pen and paper, start drawing maps or floating routes. No way. Just decide what your goal is for that match. Of course, there's nothing wrong with just going in, no plan, just seeing what happens. If that's your style, that's awesome, and I totally get it. You go in with literally no expectations, so whatever happens, no big deal. Personally, I'm more of a mission-focused type. I gear up to work on missions, events, operator-specific challenges, and similar goals. Before I drop into a match, I decide what that focus is going to be, whether it's to complete missions, go some PvP, or just have some fun. Knowing my objective is half of the enjoyment for me. And with that said, the unexpected can and always will happen. Which brings me to this next tip. Always be prepared. Preparation is key before you enter a match. The game offers an extensive selection of weapon, ammo, armor, and gear, and based on your goal, gear up accordingly. If you're focusing on PvP, bring the right weapon, ammo, armor that's designed to take down operators quickly and efficiently. If you're doing mission runs, just get gear that's going to help you complete those tasks faster. For example, you might need more inventory slots for extracting specific items, but if you're just trying to loot high value areas, opt for gear that won't slow you down so you can get in and out quickly. It's always about being prepared and knowing what to expect, and of course, you can't control everything. Your spawn points, your teammates' behavior, or whether there's an elite gamer with an RGB chair just ready to ruin your day. Yep, I'm looking at you, Space City. Sometimes, lack of map knowledge is what gets you killed, and no amount of preparation or gear can entirely prevent that. Which leads me to my next tip. Know the map you're going into. Of course, understanding maps, loot locations, player spawn points, and PvP hotspots is critical. While online maps can help, the best way to learn is by playing. There is no shortcut. You learn the hard way that some spots can be jumped over, or that one specific location offers very good flanking opportunities. For example, check out this clip. Me and the enemy both knew this spot on Layali Grove, but I didn't realize this building's roof leaves me completely exposed, and we paid the price. This game has a ton of these spots for flanking or easier traversal, or just spots enemies do not expect you to be in. If you're interested, let me know in the comments below. I could make a guide showcasing some of these locations that I've discovered. But of course, always fighting and draining resources will eventually get you killed, which brings me to my final tip. You do not have to take every fight. Wait, what? I know, right? Shocking. To this day, I struggle with running away from a fight, especially after I just finished one. The current armor system and repair mechanics in-game, this is my opinion, they don't make it easy to take multiple fights and still stand a chance against more teams. And it's not just teams. How many times have you had broken armor and it's made you vulnerable to that random machine gunner or bot that just snipes you from 50 meters away? Yes, in my experience, it's usually by poor positioning, but damaged armor is still a huge disadvantage. That's why I suggest living to fight another day instead of risking it all. I know, trust me, I know the thrill of clutching back-to-back fights with limited resources. That can be exhilarating, but ask yourself, how often does that really happen? I'm an okay player, I'm nowhere near as some of these other players I've met, but I've only pulled off a handful of those miracles, and sure, it feels good, but next match you lose twice as much. And there you have it. These are my tips to you, which should help you play smarter and enjoy the game more. If you have any strategies or want me to dive deeper into some of these points, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for dropping by, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!